Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. When people that have never been to Toastmasters walk into the room, as at least one person here today has done, sees all this stuff, all this equipment, all the pigs and cans that are beat up, and timing devices, and what's the matter with these people anyway? And today, I think what I want to do is share with you what the matter with these people is, because all of these things that you see all fit together as we cultivate excellence in the Toastmasters program. I'm going to start with a very simple device, and that's the gavel. We actually haven't heard the gavel yet today. The gavel is a symbol of authority. Whoever wields the gavel has the authority at that particular moment. So when the Sergeant at Arms gets up here and says, "I call this meeting to order," he is exercising authority. And when the President, at the end of the meeting, "I declare this meeting adjourned," is also exercising authority. Now notice I only bang the gavel once for each time. It's not a hammer. Just once. So that's the gavel. Second thing is my favorite item. That's this device's favorite. Everybody know what this is called?
A lectern.
Lectern. That is correct.
Formerly known as podium.
Formerly known as a podium. It is not a podium. A podium is what? Somebody help me. What is a podium?
Stand on it.
It's a raised platform. So you stand on a podium. Podo, Latin for feet, somewhere along that line. You stand on a podium in front of a lectern. So this is not a podium. This is a lectern. And of course, this is a symbol of control. Because when you're up here and you're behind this, you're in control of the meeting. I'm in control of this meeting right now. You have to listen to me, whatever I say. And this lectern helps me do that. So that is the purpose of the lectern. The next device that we have here in the club I want to talk about a little bit is the banner. Now, the banner, it's a nice banner, and we look at it and we say, isn't that nice? But really what this is all about is branding. Branding of the Toastmasters organization. And for 87 years, the Toastmasters brand was this. And we even got awarded this particular metal platform here with the Toastmasters brand on it. So everywhere you go in the world, you saw this, you know you had Toastmasters. But the Toastmasters has become more international, more worldly. And so just last summer, they changed the logo to this. And this is now the brand for the Toastmasters organization worldwide. So anywhere you go around the world, whether it's China, Indonesia, Singapore, England, and you see that emblem, you know there's a Toastmasters club hanging around there somewhere. And you can go visit it, as some of you have done here today. So that's an important thing, the branding that the organization has, and we represent that again by hanging up the banner. Now there's ribbons on this banner. These ribbons represent recognition of our particular club. Some clubs have no ribbons at all. Other clubs have so many, like we, and our situation is you can't fit them all up here. So we just hang the ones for the annual awards. And if you come up and look at these, you'll see some awards that go back to the 1970s. So those banners recognize the excellence that this club has achieved over not only the years, but the decades. So then we get down to individual recognition, and we have things for that as well. Now, we've already talked about the ballots when I was getting my vote counter spiel there, and the ballots give us a chance to acknowledge people's speaking and talk about that, and to vote for who we thought did the best job, and turn that into this ballot can. And this can we've had for at least 30 years. And it looks, and we're going to try to keep it for another 30 years. There's no rust on it. It's aluminum, I don't know. But at any rate, one of the things that's important, and so we collect the ballots, and at the end we have trophies that we give out to the people that have done the best, and a ribbon that they can keep. So we acknowledge the accomplishments of the people through these devices in our repertoire of equipment. Now, for the new people, the next time you win one of these, you don't get to keep the trophy. Keep the ribbon. And if you don't bring the trophy back next week, you can't keep the trophy for a week. If you don't bring it back, it costs you $1 for every week you don't bring it back. You need the trophy. And then there's the issue of time. What do we have for time? Well, we've got clocks. There's a clock up there on the wall. There's a clock over here. There's no excuse for not starting the meeting on time. We start the meeting on time, we end the meeting on time, and we try to stay on time throughout the entire meeting. And to help us do that is a timing device which is about to turn on to green right now. And we have a timer making sure that I use only my time, because I've been given 7 minutes. And I can use that 7 minutes up here any way I want because it's my time. But once I get beyond that 7 minutes, it's your time. And you don't want me using your time. And that's why if I go over time, then I'm not eligible for an award. In some clubs you get clapped down if you go over time. We're not quite that cruel here. So timing, very important thing. And then we have another device that we call the ah bill. Christine, will you please ring both those ah bills loudly? We can hear them. Ring the other one too. Different sounds. So we have different ways we can make this ah bill work for you to help you as a reinforcement for things that, those word fillers that constantly come out in our speeches, make us aware of them and help us to get rid of them. And I've seen many cases in this club where people that have had a problem have gotten rid of that problem because of that ah bill. And we raise money that way too, because those people that don't get rid of their problem quickly enough, it costs them a nickel and ah. And we have a little bank to collect that, and as treasurer I can then deposit it in our bank account and make sure that the club has enough money to operate. So that's a lot of things that we have that we put out. We don't normally put out coffee cups and bottles and food and stuff, but it's really great that it's here today, because I'm going to stop on the way back to my seat to get some. But it all fits together to give us an excellent meeting that ties together, again, to cultivate excellence. And it just worked out that the word of the day helped me with the speech. So next time you come into this meeting or any Toastmasters meeting, just remember, all this stuff is here for a purpose, and it makes us all the better for it. Mr. Toastmaster.